To the channel, guys. Today is Monday, March 21st of 2021. Only a few days away from 14 days to Flatten the Curve's anniversary. Before we get started, I just got to give a shout out to VIPTradersInc.com. Their watch list, as I told you in the last video, have been on fire. Today alone, 9 of the ticker symbols in their VIP watch list all hit for a gain. These all triggered right before, about a half hour before some of these started going up. The alert came out and they all showed gains today. I got to tell you, they're doing great things over there. If you haven't given them a look already, the website is www.viptradersinc.com. Check them out. Give them a look. Their packages are cheap. And like I said, 9 of the tickers today on their watch list all showed a gain. So don't forget to give them a check out, VIPTradersinc.com. Tell them Tommy sent you. As far as everything goes today, a very interesting day in the market today. Bitcoin was up for all you Bitcoin lovers out there. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 600 points today. I'm guessing that had something to do with that $1.9 trillion stimulus package that was passed over the weekend. WTI crude oil was up to $62.92 in the pre-market. Then all of a sudden, right as the market opened, right at 9:30, it took a nosedive. Throughout the day, it just kept declining. Then it bounced back a little bit. It hit a low of 59.96. The reason, at least in my opinion, as to why this happened, we're coming up on that OPEC meeting in March, and it looks like there is a huge potential for them to stop with the crude oil production cuts. If that happens, they're going to Saudi Arabia, Russia, all these other oil producing countries are just going to dump crude oil into the open market, and it may cause a big problem for us stateside, for the energy producers here, and drop the price of oil. Obviously, supply and demand, when there's too much of a supply of something and not much of a demand, the price of that item goes down. So I think that you're starting to see a little bit of pullback in the oil market, and let's see if it continues. Let's see what the API report looks like. Let's see what the EIA report looks like, and all the big money eyes are on March for to see if they're going to keep up with these OPEC cuts or not. Gold was down again, and I can't understand why for the life of me. The Fed keeps pumping this cheap money into the economy. My prediction is when everybody realizes that inflation is here and it's just going to keep going up and up and up, and prices of things are just going to keep going up and up and up, and the music stops, gold is going to skyrocket through the roof. Gold closed out today right in the $1,700 area. They've been losing for like the past week and a half, I want to say. So keep your eye on gold. I still personally believe it's the best hedge against inflation. I personally think before the end of the decade that gold may triple in price. Some of you may think I'm crazy for saying this, but again, this is my opinion. With that being said, Jerome Powell, chairman of the Federal Reserve, just keeps interest rates artificially low. There was a shock on Friday when the U.S. Treasury yield went up, I believe 1.9%, shocked the market. So we saw a massive pullback on Friday. The good news that offset that was the passing of this $1.9 trillion stimulus package. My view is that you're going to get investors used to the fact that every time there's a problem, the Fed is just going to keep pumping money into the market. They're just going to keep pumping and pumping and pumping, and it's not going to help in the long run. Interest rates eventually have to go back up. You can't keep them at zero forever. And when that happens, you're going to see a massive pullback all over the place. And everybody, as I said before, just keeps kicking the can down the road. The Federal Reserve keeps kicking the can down the road. You can't keep injecting capital into a market at this rate. At some point in time, the U.S. is going to lose their world reserve currency status. It's going to happen, okay? Whether it happens over the course of the next 10 years, the next 20 years, who knows? But when that happens, there's going to be big problems. But let me give you my good news, because I've been a bit of a Debbie Downer in this video. Callum Petroleum, the stock that I hold near and dear to my heart, that I absolutely love, that I may or may not have been holding since March of 2020, absolutely crushed their earnings. And they shot up quite a bit last week. Unfortunately, due to the Treasury yield BS, they took a little bit of a dive, but then recovered. They were up over $1.50 a share today. And I'm going to tell you something. By the time June, July hits, I personally believe Callum Petroleum will be at $50 a share. That's almost double what they're trading at now. Again, I'm not giving you any financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy the stock. I'm just telling you, in my opinion, what I think is going to happen. This is going to be a very interesting week ahead. So we're going to cover it. We'll keep our eye on everything. Keep your eye on crude oil. Keep your eye on the Dow Jones. I don't know if this was just a one-day thing off that news of that $1.9 trillion stimulus package, but let's see what happens. Above all else, enjoy your dinner. Salud, everybody. I'll see you Wednesday.